Stand for prayer.
Would you please stand and bow your heads? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to gather here on today, God. God, we just thank you in advance for wisdom and knowledge, Lord God, as we execute business concerning the city, God. And Lord God, I just pray, Lord God, for peace, Lord God, concerning, Lord God, your people. And we just thank you, Lord God, that we know everything, Lord God, is in your hands, God. And we just thank you for the blessings, and we just give you the praise and the glory on today. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thankful for Mrs. Johnson's first grade class for leading us in the pledge. Next item on the agenda is the reading and approval of the minutes from our May 24, 2021 meeting.
Mayor, I make a motion that we move to approve the minutes and disperse with the reading of the minutes of May 24.
I'll second.
All right. Any comments, questions, council? Any public comments? All right, Ms. Stacy, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Next item on the agenda is special recognition. The Natchitoches Central High School Orchestra for their outstanding performances at the 2021 World Strides Virtual Festivities, Virtual Festival Series. Steve wanted to hear it again. It was so good. They got first place as an Outstanding Orchestra Award, the Adjudicator Award, and Gold in the String Orchestra, 3A classification. Come on, let us give them a hand for all of that. And we do have Mrs. Olson who's here. Do we have anybody else, Ms. Olson, that we can get in the picture from the orchestra? Oh, just you? Okay. All right, let's do it. Great work.
Probably not, but it don't matter. There's plenty of room. Roll on over.
Fantastic work. All right, next item on the agenda is for introduction, and it's item number 37, Councilman PT.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 37 of 2021, and ordinance amending ordinance number 64 of 2001 by changing zoning classification of property described as follows. Lot northwest corner, Front Street and 2 Line Street, 194.9 feet, front of Front Street by 162 feet, and the address of these properties is located at 506 and 512 Front Street. Whereas the Planning Commission of the City of Natchitoches, State of Louisiana, has recommended at their meeting on June 1st, 2021, that the application of Clay Mayu and Mayu Enterprises Incorporation, Mayu Steak and Seafood, to rezone the property described above from B3 Commercial to B3 Commercial with additional BA zoning be approved.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Councilman PT. Ms. Rock, is there any additional discussion? I don't know if anybody's here from the Mayu's organization. Oh, okay, we do. All right, so do you all want to come and say anything? You don't have to. You're not obligated to do any of that. Okay. All right, any comments or questions, council, about anything?
Glad to have them back. They opened up a few years ago and quickly became an anchor business on that end. So Clay, glad, and Jana, glad you guys are able to come back at it and do it again. Look forward to it, and be bigger and better.
It's not up for vote tonight, but I'm sure I speak for the council. We're excited to vote this in and get this little piece done to, for you all to continue to the date of opening, all right? So again, we're looking forward to that. Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda, item number 26, Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. This is for final vote. This is ordinance 26, declaring certain buildings unsafe and recommending that same be demolished or put into repair to comply with the building code. Authorizing notice to be served, fixing hearing date, and appointing curator to represent absentees. Whereas the city building inspector and the director of planning and zoning have filed written reports with the city council declaring that the buildings listed below are in a dangerous and unsanitary condition, which makes them unsafe and endangering the public welfare, and recommending that said buildings be demolished or put in repair to comply with the building code, to wit, these properties being 152 Martin Luther King Drive, Lot 5, Block 10 of JHR Edition, physical address 312 Sanford Street, property 413 Payne Street, Lot C, as per survey showing 4 lots along Texas Street and Berry Avenue, being a portion of Block 1 of Bailey Heights, physical address 1538 Berry Avenue. 413 Payne Street, Lot 13, Block B of Town South, physical address located at 709 Cary Street. Next one, 1093, the resident is at, property owner is at 1093 Shady Grove, Natchitoches, Louisiana. The property is located at 827 Jordan Street, which is lot west side 8th Street, north by Thomas Street, and south by Smith Street, west by Jordan Street. Next one, property owner is located at 804 Martin Luther King Drive, and this is, physical address is 815 Jordan Street, which is lot northwest corner of 8th and Lafayette Streets. The next property owner is located at 6407 Southern Avenue, Shreveport, Louisiana. The lot to be demolished, brought up to code is 722 Sabine Alley Street. The next property is, the physical address is 1332 Berry Avenue, which is the next property, lot 4, block G of Natchitoches Heights. And this ordinance was introduced on May 10th and published in the Natchitoches Times on May 13th. Mayor, and I move that ordinance number 026 be adopted.
Second.
All right, any comments or questions, council? I should ask as well, is there anybody here from the public to speak on any one of these respective properties? I know we had someone show up about a month ago when we first introduced this. Okay, any public comments at this time?
Well, I was wondering if we had any updates on any of the properties, or have any of them moved forward with taking out any permits or demo themselves or anything?
312 actually pulled out a permit over a year ago, before the house burned. So I've given her additional time to take care of it. We needed to wait until the wait until the ordinance was finalized. But because it's been over a year since the first permit was pulled, I think it's time that we move forward with having the property condemned. And that's the only one that we have.
That's the only one?
Well, the Jordan Street property. But with his, because of the activity that's been going on at Jordan Street, I had a conversation with him on last week. He's actually trying to rent the house out to some of the persons that have nowhere else to go. I explained to him that if he doesn't show any progress within a week's time, we're going to continue with the demolition of the property.
Can we go back and see those slides again? Is that okay, please?
Let's go back a few slides, Steve. That's the 815, that's one of 815. This is the 827 Jordan Street. This property actually has several reports from the police department where there's drug activity, you have people that are homeless, that are living in this house. The homeowner actually has had this structure boarded up several times, and the people have come in and ripped the boards off and continue to do whatever they see fit. I've talked with the homeowner. I've given him additional time to do what he needs to do for the structure. But according to our building inspector, to have this home brought up to code, it's going to take quite a bit of effort. The house has been stripped of everything, from the copper, utility wiring, everything.
Any other questions or comments, council? All right, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, that carries. Moving on to the next item on the agenda is item number 32, Councilman Harrington.
Ordinance number 32 of 2021, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Natchitoches to award the bid for Christmas lighting supplies. This is bid number 0637. This was introduced at the previous meeting. The lowest bidder was Dean, Nita and Associates from Sarasota, Florida, for $55,091. I move to adopt ordinance number 32 of 2021.
Second.
Questions or comments, council? Public comments? And again, I think this one is pretty self-explanatory as well. Going with the lowest bid. All right, seeing that there are no public comments, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, next item on the agenda is item number 33, Councilwoman Washington Eli.
Ordinance number 33 of 2021, ordinance approving that the term and form of the corporation endurance agreement between the City of Natchitoches and the Crime Stopper of Natchitoches, NIC, and the authorization of the mayor executed the corporate endurance agreement of CEA between the City of Natchitoches and the Crime Stopper of Natchitoches, and further providing the shareability and further providing the repair of the effective date of the ordinance, and this was read for last council meeting by Councilman Nelson. And I move to adopt number 003, 2021.
Second.
All right, before I ask for questions or comments from council or even public comments, we do have a portion of the citizen-led Crime Stoppers Board here. The board elected Dr. Carmela Parker to be president. She's here, and also Mr. Jay Sharpland. If you two don't mind coming forward and just kind of giving us any information you might want to give, and if the council or if there are any comments or questions that can have them at that particular time. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bonnet as well. So we have 3 Crime Stoppers Board meetings. Sorry, Mr. Bonnet.
Hi, thank you so much. I am the president of the Crime Stoppers of Natchitoches, Inc. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for y'all's leadership and y'all's support. I have my vice president, Jay Sharpland, here, as well as my secretary, Mike Bonnet, here. We are grateful that we were kind of pulled together to form this nonprofit corporation to help the city of Natchitoches to stop some of the crime here in this particular area. We know that that impacts our families as well as our businesses, so we wanted to do something about that. We hope to give an awards up to $2,000. So we're trying to make it just as important for those, because we want to build a safer community, or a safe community. We also have our Director of Communications sitting in the crowd with us, Nicole Gray. We're very grateful to all of her efforts as well. So I will turn it over to Jay if he has anything to say.
Well, wasn't prepared. We're looking forward to working with the city, law enforcement. We're coming into this in a very formal way. I think everyone in the city and the parish will be very proud of the organization and how much time that we've spent putting this thing together. This is going to be a long-term benefit for the parish and the city, but we're taking our time making sure we're doing this correct. And we can't thank you at the city enough for going into this cooperative endeavor with us. The money helps because the money is what's going to be the rewards, and we're going to get a lot of bad guys off the street. So thank y'all.
Mr. Mike, if you have anything to say?
You know, Crime Stoppers is a program that I really got to know in the last few years. A lot of you don't know, but my work for the last 15 years has been primarily with law enforcement in the state of California and Colorado. Now, I'm in Louisiana, yes, how? The internet is a wonderful thing. You can work from wherever you are. And I noticed, especially in California, you have a large Hispanic population in California who do not trust the police. Snitches get stitches. That's all it is. But Crime Stoppers, these same people that will not go to the cops, they will call Crime Stoppers and turn in a murderer, a drug dealer, a rapist, because they figure they're not snitching at that point. So I think that is part of the problem that we have here in Natchitoches at this point, because I know there's a lot of crime out there and people know what's going on, but they're not telling anybody because they're scared. They're scared of retaliation, and the Crime Stoppers program, I think, will alleviate that because it's totally anonymous.
So with that being said, again, we're very thankful to the mayor as well as the council for your support. We're thankful for the amount that's awarded in the CEA because that will help us not only with the rewards but also with the startup costs. So that's very, very important. And I'm so grateful that we're partnering to help stand this organization up.
Thank you all. I think it's going to do great here in Natchitoches.
Any comments or questions, council? Councilwoman at large, make her comment. It's going to be a great thing, and I do agree with that. All right. And Mr. Barnett, I really appreciate you for emphasizing the anonymity, that people keep their anonymity. That's really critical. Same issue in California, same thing we have here as you talk to law enforcement. So grateful for you all. I know you all said, you know, you're thankful for us, but we're grateful for you all for being willing to take out the time. Each of you have busy schedules. So we're really grateful for you being willing to do this. You heard Dr. Parker mention $2,000. We want to send a message, and that's for homicide cases. And so we want to send a message that, you know, you're not going to commit murder here and easily get away with it. Again, we're trying to do our part, and again, we appreciate all involved. I do need to say, I said it before, I said it again, that our DA has been very helpful and beneficial, Mr. Billy Joe Harrington, and also Mr. Reed Ebar, who we have to get here on a number of occasions to kind of give us some direction. So really grateful for all involved, and thank you all as well for your service.
Just one more question. How soon will this go into effect? When can we see this up and running?
We're hopeful that we're targeting the very beginning of July or the second week of July. We're targeting, in fact, we have a meeting tomorrow to really kind of nail down that date. So as soon as we have that date, we will let the mayor and the city attorney and the first assistant DA, all of them know, and the DA know, and then we'll have a big announcement. That's our big deal, and so our director of communication will help guide us in that process.
And I'm glad you mentioned our first assistant DA, because he wrote the articles of incorporation.
Yes.
Right, so he, again, many people played a part in it, and so Mr. Claude Benjamin was one of those individuals. Thank you, sir, for your work there.
He's here?
Yeah, he's back there. He's back there.
Hiding back there, okay.
It truly has been a team effort.
So thank you for saying that. It has been a team effort. Public comments or questions? All right, thank you all so much. I guess, Ms. Stacy, we're ready for a roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Moving on to ordinance number 34, Councilman Nielsen.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll read this in title only as it was introduced at our last meeting. Ordinance number 34 of 2021 is an ordinance authorizing the city to lease a warehouse located at the southern end of the ADM mill site being located between Mill Street and the railroad right-of-way to Weyerhaeuser Trust Joyce, setting the terms and conditions of same and authorizing the execution of the lease by the mayor, Ronnie Williams, Jr., after due compliance with the law, and further providing for advertising of the lease and an effective date. And this is for at least a minimum of 6 months, and could be longer, but it's $1,000 a month lease. But move to adopt ordinance number 34 of 2021.
Second.
All right, this is a really good piece as well. Anytime we can provide aid to our businesses, manufacturers, we want to do it. So win-win for me. I know Mr. Randy LaCasse, who is technically on vacation, right? But he's here today. He's here today. So he helped to work this out. I know Mr. Mike Ferdinand has something to do with it as well. Go ahead.
And I might comment, communicate with Samantha Turner, who's the main warehouser person that was handling it from the legal end, and with Jason Smith today. And the first shipment of equipment hit the United States today. It's all coming in from overseas.
Perfect.
Wow, good news, great.
Good time.
Comments or questions, council? Any public comments or questions? All right, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, that carries as well, great. Item number 35, or ordinance number 35, Councilman Harrington.
Ordinance number 35 of 2021, an ordinance of the City of Natchitoches, Louisiana, approving that instrument titled Cooperative Endeavor Agreement between the City of Natchitoches and ComCare Natchitoches, which agreement provides for cost sharing for the installation of utility infrastructure, including electric, water, and sanitary sewer, which improvements will serve the proposed nursing home facility at 781 Louisiana Highway 494, as well as provide for upgrades to the existing infrastructure and accommodate future development in the area, prescribing terms and conditions for said agreement, and authorizing the mayor of the City of Natchitoches, Ronnie Williams, Jr., to execute same, and finally to ratify and affirm a prior resolution. And this was introduced previously, and I move to adopt ordinance number 35 of 2021.
I second.
Okay, comments? Comments or questions, council? Any public comments about this ComCare piece? Certainly been a pleasure working with them. I see one of their reps here, Mr. Rick Nyland. I dare not ask him to speak, but certainly good to see him and to work with him. Okay?
Can't do it in 2 minutes.
All righty. Seeing there are no public comments or questions, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Thank you again, Mr. Nolan, or Rick. Thank you again for your work with us. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, item or ordinance number 36, Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. This ordinance was introduced at the May 24th meeting, and it reads, it is an ordinance of the City of Natchitoches ratifying and affirming Resolution 007 of 2021, which deals with the auto mall, I believe, out there on Highway 6. Whereas the City of Natchitoches, sometimes herein referred to as the city, is a municipality located in the state of Louisiana, parish of Natchitoches, governed under a home rule charter and a code of ordinance adopted by Ordinance 5 of 1977. Whereas the city adopted Resolution 07 of 2021, authorizing the mayor of the city to execute a cost-sharing agreement with Smith & Company relative to the extension of sewer services and otherwise providing with respect thereto. Whereas The governing authority has reviewed and does approve the cost-sharing agreement between the city and Vaughn Family Properties, and is of the opinion that there are no material differences between the agreement and the Vaughn agreement other than the parties thereto, and seeks to ratify and affirm said prior resolution in its entirety as of the date of the Vaughn agreement. And now therefore be it ordained that the defined terms in the recitals of this ordinance are incorporated herein, and be it further ordained that the terms of the Vaughn agreement attached were in no way materially different from the terms of the agreement other than the parties thereto. Be it further ordained, the governing authority does hereby ratify and affirm the execution of the Vaughn agreement as of the date thereof. Mayor, this is for final vote, and I move for the adoption of ordinance number 036 of 2021.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded by two people, so I really want to get this. Comments, questions, council?
Good project.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful, great. Got an auto mall out there near the interstate, so this is awesome. Any public comments? All right, seeing none from council or from the public, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. These next few ordinances are for introduction only before we get to our resolutions. So therefore, introduction. And the next item is ordinance number 38. Councilman Nielsen.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 38 of 2021 is an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Natchitoches to award the bid for the Runway 7-25 and Taxiway B1 reconstruction project at Natchitoches Regional Airport. That's bid number 0636. Whereas resolution number 31 of 2021 was passed by the Natchitoches City Council on April 26, 2021, authorizing the mayor to advertise for bids for the Runway 7-25 and Taxiway B1 reconstruction project at Natchitoches Regional Airport, Natchitoches, bid number 0636. And whereas the bid was advertised in the Natchitoches Times on April 29, May 6, and May 13, 2021, in accordance with law, and whereas 4 bid proposals were received and opened as follows: Regional Construction LLC, Natchitoches, Louisiana, $2,909,395. Bid number 2, Williams Equipment Services LLC, out of Anacoco, Louisiana, $3,429,931.91. Bid number 3, TL Construction LLC in Alexandria, Louisiana, $3,456,839.95. And the 4th and final bid is Ernest Contracting LLC, Shreveport, Louisiana, $3,950,386. And whereas on June 1st, 2021, the appointed committee of Debbie Miley, Finance Director Ed Lee, Director of Purchasing Larry Cooper, Airport Manager, and Christopher Petit, Councilman, reviewed the bid proposals for the runway and taxiway reconstruction project. And whereas the above appointed committee unanimously recommend the city award the bid to the lowest bidder, Regional Construction LLC, in the amount of $2,909,395. And that is for introduction.
Okay, we do have with us today, thank you, Councilman Nielsen. We have with us today Mr. Larry Cooper, who is manager of the airport, and also Mr. Jonathan Farmer. If you two can make your way to the podium, please. And as they do, just want to reiterate what Councilman Nielsen read. The bids were advertised. This is for Runway 725 and Taxiway B1 reconstruction project at our airport. As you can see, there were 4 bids that were submitted, and the review committee that Councilman Nielsen just named to us unanimously recommended that the bid be awarded to Regional Construction. So please, whoever's going to speak, I don't know if it's one of you or both of you who's prepared to do it, but if whoever it is, state your first and last name, please.
Jonathan Farmer with KSA Engineers. So this project is one that's been a long time coming and been planned for. But it got a good project. We got a lot of good bids. It was good to get interest, see some competition. Overall, the regional bid came in under our estimate. The FAA and state have been made aware of that, and they are in the process right now of making a grant offer to the city of Natchitoches. It'll be a 100% federal grant this year. And so we expect that you'll be getting that grant offer sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So this is kind of the first step to get the project awarded.
Okay. Council, you got any questions or comments?
Keep up the good work. We've had so many good projects. And just hope we can keep that momentum, keep improving the airport.
So to reiterate, 100%,
Yeah.
right? So when a lot of people
100%.
see these numbers,
Yeah,
they're gonna say, what, you're spending what? No.
no, 100% funded.
It's 100% funded by the federal
By
government.
federal
And-
government, great.
And that, they're gonna spend it somewhere, so we might as well spend it here.
Right, right. I like that. We're not putting up any money. I like that idea.
Even change orders are covered,
Yeah.
will be covered by.
everything.
So,
Yes. If there is anything, we always run it through the FAA, get their blessing before anything's brought to you guys for approval or signature, and get it all squared away with them, but yes.
okay. Council, you good? Any public comments or questions for Mr. Farmer or Mr. Cooper? All right, thank you two for being here tonight. It is just on for introduction, so we'll get it on put it up for vote on the 28th. All right, the next item on the agenda is ordinance number 39, Councilwoman Washington Eli.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 39 of 2021, ordinance amended the 2021-2022 budget to reflect the additional revenue expenses. And this is for introduction.
Okay, all right. And I think this is the Crime Stoppers piece is one of them, while we have a budget amendment here. Ms. Debbie, is there anything else?
It's the Crime Stoppers. It's also for the airport to show that money in and out, and for the additional revenue on rental at the Mill Street site.
Okay, comments, questions, council about this?
Thank
Any-
you, Debbie, for explaining that
Yes, ma'am.
more fully.
Okay, any public comments about this item? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna move on to the next item on the agenda, which is item number 40, Councilman Harrington.
Ordinance number 40 of 2021, an ordinance approving the terms and form of a cooperative endeavor agreement between the City of Natchitoches and Natchitoches Community Alliance Foundation, doing business as Natchitoches Economic Development Alliance, and authorizing the mayor to execute the cooperative endeavor agreement between the City of Natchitoches and Natchitoches Economic Development Alliance, which will provide for a facade grant program for Texas Street and Washington Street corridors, and further providing for severability, and further providing for repealer and effective date and ordinance. This is for introduction only.
And this facade grant is one that has people in the historic district or businesses in the historic district have had an opportunity in years past to take advantage of such grants. And I don't think we've ever really had it in other corridors, and we plan to not just have it here in Washington and Texas streets respectively. This could be seen as a round one, if you will, move it to other business corridor areas, but to improve the facade, the physical appearance. I think improving the look certainly goes a long way into helping to, we use the word a lot, maybe if there's another word, but to revitalize an area. So, so grateful for Mr. Mike Ferdinand and his help. He's done it in other places that he's worked. I know Bay City is one of them. So he's been very influential throughout this process. So I don't know, council, if there are any questions or comments that you have at this particular time, we'll take them.
Very excited
Yeah.
for this program. I think it turns our focus to a different entryway into Natchitoches, and it's got so many possibilities of revitalizing that neighborhood, or that whole area. And if we can get the roundabout, which I don't know if we've heard whether we are or not, that is gonna be the catalyst, just like on South Drive. Once it got repaved, they put sidewalks in, did bicycle markings, all that. Once you get that on Texas and Washington, you can work your way out to Grandicore if you want to do bike trails and open it up and clean it up. It'll
Right.
make it look better, and we need viable business on Texas Street. It's a main artery. The roundabout's gonna cure the traffic issue, so I'm just very excited about this program.
I am too, and I think we're gonna I think once this is done, we're probably gonna see the community get more involved in trying to keep the city cleaner. Really do. Need involvement from everybody. Great job, Mike.
And crime. I think
and
we'll see a
crime.
reduction in crime.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Councilman Nielsen, also Councilwoman at Large. I don't think that's just, when you mention crime, it's not just one thing, but we've got to have a multifaceted. Crime Stoppers is one piece, but you're right, as there's more investment or people taking advantage of certain opportunities,
Yeah.
I think it's connected. I really do.
It's just
It
exciting.
is exciting.
All right, any public comments? Yes, ma'am.
Why is it going to the economic development?
Do we think that's an attorney?
Yeah, because it's a separate entity as opposed to the city creating the facade program and administering the facade program, it'd be a violation of what I would think. And that was the reasoning we went through the different entity as a constitution. The city is not able to loan money directly to citizens or promote and loan money for their businesses being improved directly. So we can give money to another entity through a CEA, which we did in this situation, and then that entity can provide those programs for the community.
Yes, ma'am.
Sylvia Marlowe for the records. I'd like to say, I haven't done it, but I will do it tonight. I want to publicly comment to thank you for what you are doing here at the Martin Luther King Park. You revitalized it. And this is the first time we've ever had any type of facade grant to address Texas, Washington. You know, the grants have come in. I've sat here for a long time on the council, but we never had these grants to address these areas. And I've been watching it, and I want to, thank you for doing that. The only thing we're lacking at the MLK Center is a new sign, and I'm looking for you to do that. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And I will say, and I thank you, Ms. Morrow, for stating that. And certainly in the department, in terms of the triangle itself, Matt Anderson has been influential, Randy Lacasse, Ed Lee. Am I missing anybody? Randy?
No, sir, but Rebecca reported that the sign probably is shipping about as we speak, so I hope in about the next week, 10 days, we put the sign in place.
Awesome. You've noticed a new flagpole there, new lights. We had some tulips, but of course, tulips don't last that long. And
They're my favorite. They don't last.
yeah, they don't last long. And then I'm glad Randy brought it up. Rebecca Blankenbaker has been a really good partner, and they're totally funding the sign, Cane River National Heritage Area, so that's great. Yes, sir.
If you'll allow me to, as we're talking about the roundabout, that's sort of one of my pet projects. I submitted the capital outlay application, and the session ended basically this past week, and I pulled the bill up. I'd been told it, but we got $585,000 in capital outlay for the roundabout. And it basically shows priority 5, which means likely it goes to cash July 1, 2022, which is the beginning of the next fiscal year. So we've already started talking, Nick has started talking to DOT about the design aspect of it, and they may do the design in-house. So it is becoming a reality, I think.
Great.
I'll let Randy, this has really been a big thing for Randy.
His pet
And
peeve.
I don't think he's gonna be finished
His pet
with this roundabout. We do need some in a few other areas, but where is it?
When DOTD took the light down at Texas and Dixie, and now about 6 years ago, we've had issues with the intersection ever since. We've even had people ask, why don't we get DOTD to put it back up? But they have a policy where they're getting away from lighted intersections or controlled intersections. And the big thing that's all over the country, been over Europe for 100 years, are roundabouts. So the traffic flowing in all directions and never stops one time. Dixie flows into the circle like Texas flows in the circle. And you'll find that the traffic will move freely. It's also what they call a calming feature, so it slows people down slightly, so they're not doing 55 miles an hour down Texas Street. Safety part of it is very positive. We're writing a grant. I say Nicole primarily is writing a grant right now under what's called the RAISE program. And that roundabout is a key feature of the whole concept of redeveloping the west side. So I really think it's a very positive thing.
Okay. I really want to appreciate everybody for all the work they're doing to this effort. All right. Moving on to the next item on the agenda, item number 41, Councilman PT.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 41 of 2021, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a memorandum of understanding between the City of Natchitoches and the Boys and Girls Club of Acadiana, whereby Boys and Girls Club will operate within the Ben Johnson Auditorium, providing educational and recreational programming for a period of 3 years, providing for funding from the city for the Boys and Girls Club programming, and providing for other matters related thereto.
Okay, in this little piece, as Van and Missy are coming to the microphone, I need to say that obviously they're going to provide, Boys and Girls Club of Acadiana, going to help to provide educational opportunities and activities for our youth. They're going to tell us where they're going to be located, so we want them to do that. But I will say this did start under the previous administration with Van, I think Mayor Posey tagged Van and Laura. Even there was a trip down, and Laura would be here if she were not on vacation. So, Van, you know how this goes. But really appreciate you two for being here tonight, and Missy for driving up. Right.
Thank you, Mayor, Council, and it's great to be here. And I can listen to Randy talk about roundabouts all night. I just want to state that for the record. But we're excited, and I think I'm even more excited since the last time I've here because we had so much progress with Boys and Girls Club. We found the location in the Ben Johnson Center, which is absolutely going to be incredible in the center of the community, as it should be. And since then, too, we've also been hitting the ground fundraising. We've asked local businesses over $500,000 in sponsorships to get us solidified over a 3-year time, because we want the long game. We don't just want to do this for a year and it's here. We want to make sure that it stays here, and that's important. But you already heard my spill last time I was at council about some of this, but I want to introduce Missy, who is the CEO of Boys and Girls Club of Acadiana, and they have been such a great partner. And honestly, it feels like they're almost a local, right? She's been up here so much with her team, making sure that this happens correctly. So, Missy, I'll defer to you to say a few words.
Thanks, Van. I'm sure I have some cousins in Natchitoches somewhere, so I feel right at home. My maiden name was Bienvenue. Andrade, yes. Great to see all of you. I've met many of you over the course of really the last 3.5 years. That's how long I've been coming up to Natchitoches and talking about Boys and Girls Clubs. And our team is really thrilled to be able to partner with you guys to bring such a needed resource to the city. We knew it 3 years ago, and we know it today, that there is a gap in youth programs. And so our team has worked really hard to raise the bar with our business and to set a standard for how we operate, how we build safe clubs. And Van and the entire local advisory committee they've been wonderful, helping us navigate not only fundraising conversations, but already starting to plant the seeds of partnership. And in the communities where Boys and Girls Clubs thrive, it's whenever you have healthy partnerships with the city and local government and with other youth-serving entities and partners like the university, and Ms. Claire over at the Ben Johnson Center. So we're really excited to get started. Funding is the most important piece, and as Van said, we want to make sure that this is a sustainable project. So we are doing the groundwork now to lay a solid foundation so that we can be a great partner to you guys for years to come. So great to meet you all, and we look forward to working with you.
All righty, thank you so much, Missy, for coming up. Any questions, council, for Missy or Van?
I just want to say I'm so glad, Miss. We've done some Zoom meetings together, and I'm just grateful that we're finally getting the Boys and Girls Club back. Thank you, Van, and everyone else who's worked to get this project going.
Thank you, Councilman Moore. We appreciate it.
Anybody else from council? Any public comments? All righty. Well, look, thank you all so much for your work here. Appreciate it. Okay, moving on to the resolutions portion of our, what we call housekeeping. So we're going to take care of some of these things. This is the annual meeting where we take care of some of these housekeeping issues, if you will. So next item is resolution number 44. Councilman PT.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 44 of 2021, a resolution fixing the time, date, and place of regular meetings of the City Council of the City of Natchitoches for the next 12 months. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Natchitoches in regular session convened that in accordance with Section 2.09 of the Home Rule Charter of the City of Natchitoches, that the City Council of the City of Natchitoches will meet in regular session at 5:30 p.m. on the second and fourth Mondays of each month for the next 12 months. Be it further resolved that the place of meeting shall be at the Natchitoches City Council Chambers, 716 2nd Street, City of Natchitoches, unless provided otherwise by the mayor upon public notice. Be it further resolved that special meetings may be held in accordance with the provisions of Section 2.09 of the Home Rule Charter, and further providing that notice of the special meeting be posted at the principal office of the city no less than 24 hours in advance of that said meeting. Be it further resolved that at the discretion of the mayor and councilmen, an informal meeting may be called to begin at 5 p.m. preceding the regular scheduled city council meeting to discuss any business deemed prudent and necessary. And I so move that resolution number 44 be adopted.
Second.
All right, like Councilman PT said, second and fourth Mondays for the next 12 months is what this will do. Of course, the mayor, council, or any member on the council can call a meeting for the at 5 o'clock to address certain issues. Any comments, questions, council?
No.
Any public comments? All right, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next resolution, resolution number 45, Councilwoman Washington Eli.
Resolution number 045 for 2021. The resolution established the meeting time and place of the Natchitoches Planning Commission, Historic District Commission, Airport Advisory Commission, and Waterworks District Number 1. Whereas the state required the notice in the meeting of the governing body agency, therefore must be published to accordance of the provision of Louisiana RS 42:7. Now therefore be resolved by the City of Council of the City of Natchitoches Planning Commission of the city shall be required session at 5 o'clock on the first Tuesday of each month in the City of Natchitoches Council Chamber at 716 2nd Street of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Be therefore resolved by the Historic District Commission for the City of Natchitoches shall be meeting at 5 of the first month of each month of the City of Natchitoches City Chambers at 716 2nd Street of Natchitoches, Louisiana. Therefore, be resolved that the Airport Advisory Commission be meeting at 5 p.m. on the third Monday of each month except December, the Natchitoches Regional Airport Terminal location at 450 Wordsboro Drive, Natchitoches, Louisiana. Be therefore resolved by the Water District Number 1 shall meet at 5:30 p.m. on the third month of each month at the Citibank location at 145 St. Denis of Natchitoches, Louisiana. And I move to adopt the resolution. number 05 of 2021.
Second.
Comments or questions? Council?
Mayor, I'd like to let the minutes reflect that Waterworks District Number 1, they no longer meet at City Bank. They are at the Thomas Building, which is 506 Second Street. So for the record.
I move that we make that correction to the minutes.
Second.
Do we need, we got two motions right now, so do we just vote to one time? Or just vote one time? Okay. All right. Any public comments about this particular, the commission meeting schedules? All right. Roll call vote with the change that was voted on.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, that carries. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 46, Councilman Nielsen.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 46 of 2021, resolution appointing members to the City Planning Commission for the City of Natchitoches. Whereas the mayor of the City of Natchitoches has submitted the following names for appointment to the Natchitoches City Planning Commission: Charles Whitehead III, Reverend Bobby Claiborne, Michael D. Lewis, Ricky McAllister, Jamie Flanagan, Isaac Lewis, Ron Brown, Anita Dubois, and Ethel Blake. Whereas Section 2417 of the Natchitoches Code of Ordinances provides that the members of the commission shall serve at the pleasure of the mayor with consent of the Natchitoches City Council. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Natchitoches that they hereby acknowledge the appointment of the above individuals to the City Planning Commission and hereby approve and consent to same. Be it further resolved that the commission shall have such powers and duties as are provided in RS 33-101. And I move to adopt resolution number 46 of 2021.
And second.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Any comments, questions, council? Any public comments? All right, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, next item on the agenda is resolution number 47, Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 47 is a resolution appointing members to the Natchitoches Historic District Commission for the City of Natchitoches. Whereas the mayor of the City of Natchitoches has submitted the following names for appointment to the Natchitoches Historic District Commission as follows: Jared Donahoe, Dr. Virginia Crosno, Mrs. Sarah Gahagan, Dr. Steve Horton, Mrs. Melissa Robinson, Mrs. Marion Salter, Drake Owens. Whereas further, Ordinance 31 of the Natchitoches Code of Ordinances provides that the members of the commission shall serve at the pleasure of the mayor with consent of the council. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Natchitoches that they hereby acknowledge the appointment of the above individuals to the Natchitoches Historic District Commission and hereby approve and consent to same. Mayor, I so move for the adoption of Resolution 47 of 2020.
Second.
All right, any comments, council, questions or comments? Any public comments? And I believe, Chantrell, I know you work closely with both of these commissions, and that I think you think their work is exemplary.
They are.
Okay. All right, no public comments? Roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, that carries. Next item is resolution number 48, Councilman Harrington.
Resolution number 48 of 2020, a resolution appointing Stacy McQuarrie as clerk of the council for the City of Natchitoches. And be resolved that the City Council does hereby take cognizance of the recommendation of Mayor Ronnie Williams Jr. that Stacy McQuarrie be appointed as clerk of the council for the City of Natchitoches. in accordance with Section 2.08 of the Home Rule Charter. It is further resolved that the City Council hereby confirms the said appointment. I move to adopt Resolution Number 48 of 2020.
Second.
All right, comments, council, questions?
I just want to say Ms. Stacy does a marvelous job. And welcome,
She does.
welcome.
Don't make her blush now. Any public comments?
I think she's great.
Awesome. Very helpful.
Thank you, Stacy.
Okay. I think I know how this is gonna go. All right, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is resolution number 49, Councilman Nielsen.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 49 of 2021 is a resolution appointing the city attorney and assistant city attorneys for the city of Natchitoches. Excuse me. Be it resolved that the city council does hereby take cognizance that Mayor Ronnie Williams Jr. has reappointed Alex Washington as city attorney for the city of Natchitoches in accordance with Section 4.02 of the Home Rule Charter, and be it further resolved that the city council does hereby authorize the reappointments of 7 assistant city attorneys, and upon the recommendation of city attorney and the mayor, that Daniel T. Murkison Jr., Cloyd Benjamin Jr., Gary Conley, Alex Lyons, Jonathan Blake, Joe Stamey, and Steve Oxenhandler are hereby confirmed and approved as assistant city attorneys to serve in accordance with the provisions of Section 4.02C of the Home Rule Charter. And it is further resolved that the city council does hereby confirm the said reappointments. And I move that we adopt resolution number 45 of 2021.
I second.
All right, comments or questions, council?
I just want to say, I think all the attorneys are doing a great job, and I just want to say, Mr. Washington, you are doing a great job, and continue to do a great job.
All right, any public comments?
I just wanted to add, you've been a pleasure to work with throughout everything.
I didn't think I would get many comments like Stacy.
Close second.
Well,
You're close, you're
Stacy's
close.
been around.
Be like, don't make them blush.
You're close out.
I don't think you'll be offended. She's a lot prettier.
You do have nice shoes, though.
All right, seeing no other public comments, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that carries. Moving on to resolution number 50, Councilman PT.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 50 of 2021, a resolution appointing the auditor for the city of Natchitoches. Be it resolved that the city council does hereby take cognizance of the recommendation of Mayor Ronnie Williams Jr. that the firm of Thomas, Cunningham, Broadway, and Tolliver be appointed as city auditor for the city of Natchitoches for the period of May 31st, 2021 through May 31st, 2022, and be it further resolved that the city council hereby confirms the said appointment. And I move that we adopt resolution number 50.
Second.
Comments or questions, council? All right, and of course, I know Debbie works closely with them. I know she's got some great things to say about them. Any public comments? All right, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. Item number 51, Councilwoman Washington Eli.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 051 of 2021, the resolution appointing the physical agenda for the city of Natchitoches. Be resolved that the ordinance number 44 of 2013 of the city of Natchitoches, City Council award Sabine State Bank as the contractor of physical agenda for the city of Natchitoches, and before they resolve that the city of Natchitoches hereby can take ordinance of the recommendation of the mayor of Ronnie Williams Jr. Sabine Bank of Natchitoches, Louisiana, be appointed to the physical agenda of the city of Natchitoches for the term June the 1st of 2021 through May 31st of 2022. And if there's be further resolved that the city of Natchitoches hereby confirm that said appointed. And I move to adopt resolution number 051, 2021.
Second.
All right, comments, questions, council? Any public comments? Okay. All right, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is resolution number 52, and that is Councilman Nielsen.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 52 of 2021 is a resolution designating the Natchitoches Times as the official legal journal for the city of Natchitoches for the next 12 months. Be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Natchitoches in regular session convened that the Natchitoches Times is hereby designated as the official legal journal for the city of Natchitoches for the next 12 months. And I move to adopt resolution number 52 of 2021.
Second.
All right, motion has been made and seconded to adopt resolution number 52. Comments or questions, council,
They've
about this?
been with us an awful long time.
Do we have anyone
Several
here
years.
from the Natchitoches Times tonight?
Ms. Carolyn's
I know, I'm just teasing her. Thank you,
right.
Carolyn. Glad to have
Any
you.
public comments about this piece? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, and last item on the agenda tonight is resolution number 53. That's Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. Last but not least, resolution number 53 of 2021 is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Alliant Insurance Services for the One Beacon Insurance Group Casualty Package Insurance Renewal effective June 30, 2021 through June 30, 2022. Whereas the Insurance Committee has reviewed the proposal submitted for the general liability, employee benefit liability, law enforcement liability, public entity management liability, public entity employment-related practices liability, auto liability, auto physical damage, umbrella, and crime insurance for the city of Natchitoches, and recommends the contract in the amount of $543,618 be awarded to Alliant Insurance Services for the period June 30, 2021 through June 30, 2022. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Honorable Ronnie Williams Jr. Mayor is hereby authorized, empowered, and directed to sign any and all documents necessary for the execution of this contract. And I so move for the adoption of the resolution of 2022-053, 2021-053.
I second.
Okay, any comments or questions, council? And it pretty much spells it out in what was read, all of the coverages that we have with this particular company. Any public comments? All right, seeing none, roll call vote.
Eli,
Yes.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington,
Yes.
PT,
Yes.
All right, as we get to the announcement slide, I do want to say and welcome our summer intern, who I just met him today. We had a couple conversations on the phone and exchanged some emails. He's a driven individual. Certainly I consider him to be a go-getter because he found us. So, and I was certainly willing to accept this, how should I say it? We're certainly going to benefit, but it's a free internship, y'all. So he's here with us with all of his expertise from the University of North Carolina. And it's at School of Government, but actually you're in the business school, right, Ray? Yeah. He's in the business school, so I think Red's somebody you're gonna see on television one day for good reasons. All right, so he's gonna be splitting his time with City Hall and Mr. Mike Ferdinand as well. So again, make sure I know we've introduced Ray to all council, but others may want to meet him. He's a real sharp fellow. Okay. Certainly before Ray leaves, he's leaving the first week in August. Before he leaves, want to make sure that we certainly treat him the Natchitoches hospitable way before he leaves, though. Yeah, he's great.
Excuse me, did you say he was going to come up and tell us something about himself, or did you not say?
Well, no, I think he met each of you, and certainly after we
Introduced to the
adjourn, he can meet
public,
others as
okay.
well. So, but I mean, if Ray wants to say something, we will listen to Ray.
I'll just say, really excited to be down here on Mary.
Come to the podium, Ray, so they can see you. You don't mind?
Yeah, and state your first and last name, Ray. We know it, but state it, okay?
Hey everyone, good evening. My name is Ray Palma. I'm currently a rising junior at UNC Chapel Hill. I'm originally from Durham, so been in that sort of central North Carolina area my entire life, but have a big interest in business, but also government and sort of like public life. So really excited to be down here for this summer, and it's been an amazing past, I think 5 days since I've gotten here, and just really looking forward to the next 7 weeks or so. Thank you.
Okay, I heard the mayor say he just got to meet you today. Welcome.
Yeah, in the flesh. Yeah. We met in the flesh, but we've been talking, communicating via email and also on the phone. Yep, so it's been great already. Before we get to the announcements as well, we have special guests from Councilwoman from Manny, District A, Miss Mary Perry. Will you stand, please? We're glad to have you. Will y'all give her a hand? She's newly elected. So she's come here.
Come to the podium, Miss Mary. Miss Mary, come to the podium, please, so I can hear you. Please, thank you. And state your name again for everyone.
Good evening. My name is Mary Perry, and I'm from the Manny, Louisiana area, and I was just newly elected Alderman Council Lady, District A. The mayor and I and one of the other council ladies who were elected, we went to Leesville last month, and so I reached out to Miss Betty, and he was supposed to be here today also, but they had court, and this was his first time being in the court, and they wanted him to be there today because we take office July 1st. And of course, I know Miss Sylvia Morrow, because I have been chairperson of Juneteenth, the Black Heritage Festival, for about 20 years over in the Manny area. So, but it is indeed an honor to be here today, and I am so happy I came because y'all are different from Manny, so thank you for letting me sit in.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you and congratulations, Ms. Perry. Also like to acknowledge our department heads. We've been seeing a few of them, of course, Chantrell, Matt, and Randy. Ed is not here, he's on vacation today, but good to have them back today, and they're gonna be in all of the meetings going forward as they were before COVID. So this was a COVID thing, had to reduce the number of people inside, and so.
Mayor, could I add one thing,
Yes, sir.
please? And I just didn't think about it time, but we really need to acknowledge publicly our legislative delegation that went to bat for us in Baton Rouge, and especially Senator Louis Bernard, who offered Amendment 130 on the Senate floor to put that roundabout back in the capital outlay bill. And he was successful in keeping that amendment through the whole process. So in the final House Bill 2, we did get funded, and I failed to make a comment about that, but without them, it wouldn't have happened.
Thank you, Senator Bernard.
No, I think you're right, Randy. I was actually thinking of doing something to each of our representatives, 2 senators, so thank you for bringing that to front here. Also, we have a guy who comes regularly, Mr. John Barr, one of the, guess what we say, aides to Senator Kennedy, But good to see you, Mr. Barr. You don't have to speak unless you want to, but just great to have you. And he's been really helpful with the letter of support we've asked, and I believe we're going to get that soon from Senator Kennedy. So we're grateful for Mr. Barr for all of his help and his presence certainly here. All right, and also Mrs. Olson, congratulations once again. Now we have here in terms of announcements, Juneteenth Freedom Day. I'm sure you'll see some of this on Facebook, maybe in the respective publications we have here. But this Friday, from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at First Baptist Church North Street at the parking lot, will be blocked off for the celebration. Free food, snow cones, various booths. Parish Library Bookmobile will be there, music and fun for all. And they have a theme, Breaking the Chains, certainly open to the public. And this is sponsored by Unity in the Community. And then you see on Saturday, which is Juneteenth, the actual day, there are some festivities blocked off from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. in Payne Subdivision. There's going to be a parade, and they have that event sponsored by the Payne Subdivision Enhancement Committee. A family reunion is that theme. So there's some things to do in the city this Friday and Saturday to commemorate Juneteenth, which, as my wife and I were talking, a lot of times we think just African Americans, but really this is an American celebration. It should be as such. So again, if you so inclined, attend one of these events or both of these events this coming weekend. All right, I think we have a couple other announcements that we'll share, and then we'll let you go. Do we?
That's it?
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay, I thought there was a couple other. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. So, of course, the next council meeting is going to be on the 28th. We also have the Hall of Fame Sports Museum festivities taking place 24th, 25th, and 26th. There's some cool things going on. I know it's small for you to see there, but look out on Facebook and other things like that. This year, there's a few people, Kerry Kittles, and I don't remember everybody else. Who's that? Oh, Duck Dynasty. Okay, that's a big one. Yeah, they're going to be here for that. So, going to be really cool to come. I know Saban was on the earlier list, but there is a conflict. So, next year we'll get Saban and we'll get to heckle him and all of that. But certainly we appreciate what we have here, all of the great resources in the city of Natchitoches. Louisiana Sports Museum, just one, bringing great people, many great people to the city. And then you see Destination Downtown, July 3rd schedule, food trucks, live music, fireworks, 7 to 9. Even got, how you say that, is that Jared Lane in the parish. And then fireworks about 9 p.m., free admission, all right? And there's another announcement dealing with the LBAA Women's Pro Bass Tournament, June 17th through the 18th. 18th is going to be the announcement of the Classic qualifiers. And so that's a really cool event. Teach a Child to Fish is going to take place on June 18th from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. So that's pretty cool as well. So we're grateful for all that's going on in the city of Natchitoches in June and even in July. All right. Thank you for listening to those announcements. Nothing else. We will hear a motion to adjourn until our next meeting on June 28th.
Oops, second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye. Wait.
I just want to let you know, I made a mistake when I went into, but I was asking from a non-organization. But since I was cut off like that, and I was in the wrong place, but I'm asking for your permission if I did say that. I would like to work with Fred.
Oh, yes, sir. I heard you. Yeah, certainly. That's great. Certainly. We're here to serve you and the other residents of the city. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. All right, we've got the motion, we've got the votes. This meeting is